also with that too, we could transfer within the company. So if I pick up a call and I say, oh, Bonnie's can handle this better than I can actually just transfer it to anybody within our Grasshopper account. That's why I said we all have lines. So if I need to transfer it to Bonnie, I hit Bonnie's extension. I need to transfer it to Stephanie or whoever it is, I just type their extension and the call gets transferred to them, and vice versa. If they call up and maybe there's a maintenance emergency, they can ring me direct, and then just you have two options. You can announce the call. So if usually when Bonnie's transferring a call to me and like it's an emergency or something, she'll talk to me first. She'll say, I've got such and such on the line. Maybe they're stuck inside the gate isn't working. I'm going to put them through. So she'll let me know what's going on first. She'll hit the button and then it'll actually connect me with the tenant, and I'll have a heads up on what's going on before we get connected. And then if you implement like an after hours call center, you still maintain control of your phone number. You could just set up a rule to where they get those calls at certain times, or however you want to set it up. After a certain number of rings, maybe it goes to them. So that's how we set up the phones, and that's what's important to me. I need to be able to access it multiple ways. All right, the next thing we talked about, website and phones, is the facility management software. So this is going to be your main interface with your tenants and your money. So the facility management software should be able to handle payments for you. And all the facilities that we get, they're mostly just all managed on pen and paper. They're not automating anything. They're not taking credit cards. They're just cash payments, maybe checks come in. But this is what the facility management software looks like. We use Store Edge, and this is their demo version of it. They have a demo facility set up. So Store Edge is what we use in-house. And we went with Store Edge just because of the sheer number of things that it does. I'm not going to get too into what sold us on it, but the thing that basically had me choose this over the other ones is the delinquency management. So this will actually handle the auction process in this software. So when I go over these other items that I'm going to go over today, you're probably going to say, oh, hey, Pete, I heard, ESS does that, or I heard whatever other company does it. I heard they do those things as well. Yeah, they might, but Store Edge still handles the auction process the best. It manages everything from start to finish for you. You can see where they are. And then it was the best solution for that. And, if you're not auctioning units and they're just sitting there full of junk and not getting paid on, you're not making money. I mean, when we buy facilities, I'm trying to think of where was it? The Valdosta one. It was 115 units. 100 of them were full and only a dozen of them were paying. So we asked the guy, we're like, what is going on with that? And he says, oh, I've never run an auction. If they just stop paying, I put a lock on it and I haven't emptied any of them out. So some of that junk in there was, from some of his first tenants in the late 80s. So, I mean, he wasn't making money on those units. So, I have to get dumpsters. I have to empty these units out. And then we start making money on these things. So to me, the auction process was important because when we're buying facilities, that's the number one reason why they're not making money, is because they refuse to empty units out and do auctions. So I was like, all right, well, we're not going to fall into that trap. So that's why I went with this. But the things that are important that the facility management software has to do is it needs to be able to communicate with your tenants first and foremost.